Hello, welcome back to Cruise1st TV. It's lovely to have your company. It's Derek and Polly with you for this show. We have got a lovely, lively show lined up for you as well with Norwegian Cruise Line, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now is the perfect time of year to be thinking about holidays, just in general for a second, Polly, because, you know, like, it feels like it's always dark again already. Where's that come from? Nowhere. And it feels like now's the time to kind of hunker down and get a good deal booked in.
Well, that's the thing. Get those deals, get planning. And I think for terms of like paying, it's great if you've got something booked, you know, what you need to be saving, things like that. It's absolutely the best time. But it's just nice to have that to look forward to. Something in the diary. So when it's those cold winter months, you're like, oh, you know what you've got coming up.
Can't believe I'm still in short sleeves at the moment.
You're looking very summery.
Hope springs eternal. Right, okay, let's crack on then, shall we? Because coming up in this show, we are going to be on board with the fabulous Norwegian Sun with Norwegian Cruise Lines for 3 spectacular deals which are taking us to far-flung destinations. We're going all over the place with this one, aren't we?
We're going to go down under to Australia and New Zealand as well as the Far East, taking in Indonesia, Malaysia and Vietnam as well.
Lovely, that's good, isn't it? It's brilliant to have holidays that you know are places that might be slightly out of your holiday comfort zone normally, and you think, actually, how many people have hankered to go to Australia for the whole of their lives? There's nothing stopping you, absolutely nothing stopping you but you. And of course, we're planning into the future, so low deposits as well, from just £199 each. And we factored in free at sea on all of these offers, and that means premium drinks, Wi-Fi, shore excursion credits, and dining is part of the package as well. So let's get cracking. Let's do Australia first, shall we?
Let's do it. And it's all-inclusive, Australia and New Zealand, 23 nights in total. 10th of February 2025, so bags of time to get planning. We'll fly you from the UK to Melbourne, Australia, to start things with a 3 nights hotel stay for you in Melbourne. Now, some of the top attractions in Melbourne are actually free to visit, which is great. You've got the National Gallery of Victoria, you've got the Royal Botanic Gardens Victoria, and the State Library of Victoria. They just want to put Victoria and everything, don't they, as well? I think one of the lovely things to do there is take a ride on the City Circle tram. Now, it's a free hop-on, hop-off service that runs around all Melbourne's major attractions, which I think is great. I think all cities should have that, shouldn't they?
Yes.
As well. Nice other things to do. The station, Federation Square, so much going on. It's a really popular place. Now, after your hotel stay, you're going to board Norwegian Sun for 14 nights, all-inclusive cruise.
She's bright, isn't she?
She's very, bright, friendly, cheerful, exciting. You are just going to love it. Lots going on board on Norwegian Sun. I don't think you'll be bored for one moment. And I think when it comes to dining, you are going to be in for a massive treat. There's so many gorgeous restaurants on board. I mean, even just like the main restaurants, absolutely fabulous. The 4 Seasons and 7 Seas. And they have a daily menu and they have a chocoholics night, Derek.
That sounds all right.
That's right up our street. I know you're quite partial to that.
That's good. And I love the fact, actually, all the Norwegian ships as well, it's about being outside as well. There's lots more outdoor space and deck space and places to exercise as well, because if you are going to indulge in Chocoholics Night and the speciality dining and things like that, you will want to walk a little bit of it off. And of course, we think about where we are. We're in Australia and New Zealand for this cruise, so actually you want to be watching that sail as well, because it'll be, you know, unlike the ordinary and everyday. Great if you've got the kids with you as well, but just as nice as a kind of couples getaway on a ship like this.
Absolutely. Oh, just when we saw that restaurant with having dinner and seeing the ocean out the window as you eat, I could just imagine myself there. So nice. Sipping on my glass of wine, enjoying my steak. Absolutely lovely. There we go. There's some activities, bit of golf on board to burn off that chocolate night. If you're not really into exercise, just do a couple of lengths in the pool. Like Derek said, you're going to be in Australia. It's going to be warm and sunny. You can be on your sun lounger, having a cocktail and just do a length and you feel, I've done my exercise.
Yeah, this cruise is all about, you know, where you're going as well, and the excitement of the places that you're going to visit. I mean, the great thing is you don't have to have done your homework up front as well, because you'll have plenty of excursion opportunities presented to you. Part of the offering here as well is shore excursion credits as well, which help towards those excursions for every port that you are going into. So I think this is, for those people who've never been down under, you know, you're doing Australia and New Zealand all in one cruise. It's quite a lengthy cruise as well, a 2-week cruise, which is superb. And look at all the things you can be enjoying on board.
And it's all organised for you. So, cruising out of Melbourne, arriving in Portland. The Maritime Discovery Centre there is exciting. You've got the World War II Lookout Tower Museum. Everything's easy to access via the Portland Cable Tram system. So that's really, really lovely. On to Adelaide. Now, the zoo in Adelaide looks amazing. Where else can you see a giant panda, koala bears, of course, kangaroos, Sumatran tiger and rainforest birds all in one day? That is my #1 top tip to go and visit Adelaide Zoo while you are there. Next, it's Kangaroo Island. Now, a third of this island protected by nature reserves. It's home to native wildlife like sea lions, koalas again. You've got all those bird species. There's a really cool quad bike tour where you can take it all in one day, which is worth arranging. A day at sea, and you're going to arrive in Tasmania. Now, if you watch Looney Tunes, you'll remember the Tasmanian devil. I didn't realise that's actually a real thing, and there's an excursion where you go out and hunt for one, which is right up my street. I'd like to do that.
I don't think it moves in quite the same way, though. Maybe.
Maybe
just
not.
Maybe.
Next, it's Hobart, which is widely known for having the cleanest air in the world.
Well, I'm not surprised. Look at where it is in the world.
Go and breathe while you're there. But there's world-renowned art as well. The freshly caught seaweed is gorgeous. A couple of days at sea, and then you've got some amazing scenic cruising.
Yes, we're in New Zealand
now. Fjordland there. Milford, Doutford and Dusky Sounds. Yeah, New Zealand. Look at that. I think you'll feel like you're looking at a Hollywood movie like in front of you, because it's just so incredible, so vast,
it's
so
vast.
epic.
Yeah, huge.
After that, it's Dunedin, which is in New Zealand. Now you've got the world's only mainland breeding colony of the Royal Albatross while you're there as well, or you could go and see the world's rarest penguin. It's all about like animal, wildlife and outside while you're on this cruise. Wellington next, which is renowned for its creative and cultural heart. You've got award-winning eateries there. They love their coffee. They've got great regional wines and craft beers as well. So you can take it easy and really enjoy this cruise port. Next, it's Napier. Now, I think while you're on this kind of itinerary, at some point you need to visit a winery. There's bags of them on this whole cruise. There's a lovely one here. You've got a Church Road Winery Cellar Door, and you've got Mission Estate Winery, which might be up your street to go and visit. Next, it's Tauranga. Now, again, great things to do here. You can go swimming with dolphins. You've got the famous mountain while you're there, which has got stunning views of the Bay of Plenty.
And a geyser there as well.
Everything.
Interesting.
Coming off the ship in Auckland, where we've managed to get you a 3-night hotel stay included, which is amazing. Now, it's known as the City of the Sails, and it's New Zealand's largest city. It's really striking. It's built on a volcanic plateau of 53 volcanoes, can you believe it, that have erupted over the years, which is amazing. Loads to see while you're there, and just really beautiful to take in New Zealand and get kind of that 3 nights in one spot, so you can see the city by day and by night as well.
It does look a nice place to wander as well, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
I think, you know, actually, because you are there for 3 nights in a hotel, you've got plenty of time to, yes, go and do the touristy things, but also have a wander. And I'd say the same in Melbourne as well, actually.
Cool.
There are going to be tourist attractions, which you will want to go and see because, you know, while I'm here, I've got to see this. But you've got plenty of wandering and seeing times. Because you're in a hotel, which is room only, if you find a little restaurant, you know, round a street somewhere, you can just kind of say, brilliant, let's book a table in there and live the high life while we're there. It's a really nice combination, actually, of holiday. If you've been planning something, you know, sort of big and landmark, I think this really kind of ticks quite a few boxes. It doesn't happen until February in 2025, but we can put a low deposit down on this today. It's 23 nights all told, so you probably are going to need a little bit of notice for everybody around you that you're going away for more than 3 weeks. Maybe, maybe not. Australia and New Zealand in this one. So in the price list I'm about to give you, or the one price, will include the flight from the UK out to Melbourne in Australia and the flight back from Auckland in New Zealand at the end of the holiday. 3 nights in a hotel in Melbourne and 3 nights in Auckland as well. So that's 2 hotel stays, plus the cruise, of course, which is 14 nights, 2 weeks on the Norwegian Sun. That's all inclusive as well. We've factored in free at sea. So that's the premium drinks package. It's shore excursion credits for every port you go to. It's Wi-Fi. and it's also 2 nights of specialty dining included. Your deposit on this today is just £199 each, and for that reason a lot of people will snap it up. If you're locking in a great price tag now that could very much rise between now and then, because there are airfares and there are hotels in this, there's a lot that can go up in price, but you can lock it in right now for £199 each. And total price on this one, which I think is incredible, because for a lot of people, this is one of those kind of landmark. We've waited a long time. We've waited, should I say, maybe 10, 20, 30 years to do a holiday this significant. So for it to come in at that kind of price tag, and there's so much included in that price, and remember, just £199 each today locks in that great price tag for you for something that isn't happening until the start of 2025. Let's have a look at upgrades then for the cruise part of this. So if you want to upgrade while you are on the cruise itself, remember that's 14 of your 23 nights on Norwegian Sun. There are your prices there to go up to Ocean View and to balcony. Now, by the way, as well, if you wanted, I was just thinking you could tailor this a couple of different ways as well. So for instance, if you were thinking, right, okay, I'm going to Australia, but I'd really like to see Sydney, then we could always arrange for you to fly to Sydney, spend a few nights there before you fly on to Melbourne, spend some time there. Or maybe you'd rather spend more time in Sydney and less time in Melbourne, or indeed more time in Auckland at the end of that. There's lots of ways you can tailor that holiday. So don't be afraid to ask the team about doing that on 0800 953 4700. Right, we're going to stay in this part of the world for our next offer, which is New Zealand, the Great Barrier Reef, and Indonesia. It's almost doing in reverse in a slightly different direction on our first offer, actually. 23 nights again, 25th of February in 2025. So I think this must follow on from our first offer, actually. So we fly out to Auckland first on this one in New Zealand, and we stay there for a 2-night stay. I've just seen one of my friends has just taken some video from is it called the Space Needle in Auckland, or the high tower where you can get vantage
the Sky
points.
Tower. Yeah, it's 328 metres high. It's New Zealand's highest building. Now, you go up to the observation desk in this glass elevator that zooms up. The one. Yeah, amazing. And of course, you're going to get your camera. I'm sure your friend did. And you can see on a good day 80 kilometres into the distance. So after your 2 nights there, you're going to board Norwegian Sun for your 16-night all-inclusive cruise. And I think this itinerary is great because we're taking in New Zealand, Great Barrier Reef and Indonesia. These are the kind of places that kind of you want to go to. And I don't know if you're like me, actually putting it together in a holiday would be really difficult, but I wouldn't know where to start with Indonesia.
No, not at all.
Taking it all in on a cruise is amazing, and it's all planned for you.
I think the only way, other than a holiday like this, booking it through us and with the route of the cruise, was you'd need to know someone who was from Australia or Bali or whatever to try and put this together. And then if you think about it, if you weren't cruising, you'd be training and coaching and internal flights and this, that and the hour. Honestly, it would be a nightmare. It wouldn't be a pleasure. It wouldn't be a holiday. Absolutely.
It's a great part of the world to cruise. And take your first cruise, you were saying before, if it's like something you've waited to do. This is going to be lovely. And cruising with Norwegian Sun is definitely the way to go. Beautiful, beautiful cruise ship. Lots going on board, whether it's the activities and the entertainment in the day, or you want to enjoy the beautiful speciality dining in the evening, the bars, the shows, the music. Oh, we saw before the spa, just everything you will love, absolutely. I think the restaurant I most want to go to on board is the Teppanyaki. Bit of sushi going on there, but where the chef cooks the restaurant cooks the food in front of you, a bit of entertainment. Yeah. I do like that kind of thing, and it's special when you're on a cruise. This is a special holiday, and I think going to this part of the world, you've waited to do this, or you might be celebrating, so you want to enjoy all these lovely restaurants, don't you?
And even though you're doing a lot of exploring on this cruise, there's a good few fair sea days on the itinerary as well, so you've got those pauses along the way just to take in what you've enjoyed and look forward to more as well. So it's a nice cruise, this one, 16 nights all told. We're going out of Auckland,
arriving to the Bay of Islands. Oh, there's a beautiful river and seaside walking tracks while you're here. Or you might want to encounter the mighty Kauri Tree in pristine subtropical rainforest. That sounds amazing. A couple of days at sea, then you're going to arrive in Australia, in Brisbane. So much to see in Brisbane. You've got the South Bank Parklands, the City Botanic Gardens, you've got King George Square while you're there, City Hall, Story Bridge. Oh my goodness,
and
the
koalas.
List is, of course, yeah, the list is endless. Next, it's Airlie Beach, which is the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. Of course, you've got the hub for all the reef activities and access to the Whitsunday Islands as well. The beach lagoon there is a really popular place to relax and unwind. Overnight next in Cairns at Yorkeys Knob. Now, while you're here, of course, you've got the Great Barrier Reef. Go and do some snorkeling is there. Snorkeling while you're there. You can cycle or hike through the highlands as well and the waterfalls within the rainforest. Just sounds idyllic. Cooktown is next. Now, this region's known as the Gangar, which is the place of the rock crystals. There's so many rocks, crystals, the quartz in the area, which is lovely in all those caves as well. Black Mountain National Park is worth exploring. Arriving after a couple of days at sea in Darwin. Again, loads of activities here for thrill seekers. The most popular one, we can see it on screen, is called the Cage of Death, and that's at Crocosaurus Cove. Would you be brave enough to do it? I wouldn't. So
Very dramatic name.
Now, we're going to switch things up now and arrive in Komodo in Indonesia. Now, this is famous for being the home for the beastly Komodo dragons, which is actually, and we're seeing them, the world's biggest lizard. But how exciting to say that you've seen a dragon. Next, it's Lombok, and again, this is famous for all sorts of things in Indonesia. You've got the Lingsar Temple while you're there as well, palaces to go and visit. It's just one of those places that's truly natural.
Gili Islands
and
are beautiful.
Now you're coming off the ship in Benoit, where you have got 2 nights staying in Bali to unwind. Now, when you're in Bali, I know, you might just want to hit the hotel pool or the beach and sip a cocktail, and that's absolutely fine if that is your vibe.
Ooh.
But I think if you're there, do you not want to go and see the incredible wildlife, go and explore those temples,
Definitely.
go to some local food markets as well.
Yeah.
Look at that, bit of local dancing. You've got everything you could possibly want here. You've got licorice black beaches, you've got sand beaches as well. You can do some island hopping on a boat trip as well, and watching the sunset.
It's incredible.
Dreamy.
It's incredible. I can see you've got lost in Bali there, haven't you?
I have. See you later.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave Polly in Bali for a moment. She's having a lovely time. And you will as well. This is going to be such a nice holiday. I just think the balance of this holiday is beautiful. And of course, ending up in Bali with a couple of days to just kind of relax, chill out, do what you like, or go and explore. There's so much to do in Bali. You're going to love it. Again, so this is another holiday coming up in February in 2025. This is another one that we can put a deposit on today, which is brilliant. 23 nights all told. Included will be the flights to Auckland in New Zealand and back from Bali, of course. 2 nights hotel stay in Auckland, another 2 nights hotel stay in Bali as well. The 16-night cruise on Norwegian Sun. Remember, cruising New Zealand, Australia and Indonesia. Premium drinks included, 2 nights of speciality dining included, Wi-Fi package included, and shore excursion credits for every port that you're going to. Your deposit today is the same as the first offer, £199 each today to get this booked, and your total price for the package is here at $3,699. Now you can see straight away this is 23 nights. I think the first offer was 23 nights as well. So this is one again that you can tailor to. So if you wanted to spend longer in Auckland before you take the cruise, absolutely fine, no problem with that. If you want to spend longer in Bali at the end of the holiday, again, talk to the team. If you wanted to go from Bali to spend some time in Sydney, I mean, Sydney's amazing and you're, not a million miles away in this part of the world, we can make that happen for you as well. But as a package, I think it's a cracker. Here's the upgrade prices as well. So if you want to go up to Ocean View or indeed up to Balcony, here are your prices for that. Do you know what? Honestly, I don't know how many more years I can sit here and talk about these offers without actually saying, you know what, I'm going on one of these offers because they are superb. Never been to Australia, never been to Bali, never been to New Zealand, never been to Australia. Do you know what? This would tick so many boxes. And the great thing is that actually, we shouldn't can our holiday ambitions. We shouldn't just stay local to where we are, because you might have done the Med over and over and over again, and you might think, okay, well, I've been to the Canaries, feeling like that's a long, long way away, and it is quite a long way away compared to the UK, but Get yourself to Bali, get yourself to Australia, get yourself to New Zealand. Incredible. You could do it all in one holiday really easily and have the whole thing planned out. Not by you, by us.
Exactly.
Let us do the hard work. We're going to Bali again in this offer, aren't we?
I promise you, I didn't do this on purpose. It's an all-inclusive Far East sun with a Bali stay. Oh, do I have to? 18 nights. Now, you'll fly from the UK to Bali, Indonesia, for a 5-night hotel stay this time.
Brilliant.
Wow, what a way to start the holiday. I mean, we obviously had a taste of Bali in the previous itinerary. We're just taking a look again now. Like I was saying, just so much. You've got the beach, so you want to do some jet skiing, parasailing, sea walking, fly fishing. You can do all those fantastic things while you're there. Then you've got the cultural side as well. Now, if you want to do something cultural, but kind of you're just doing it, tick a box, there's a tour called the Bali Instagram Tour. Now, it takes you to the temples and amazing sites, but it gives you like the best places to get your Instagram shots.
Oh, just to go and grab the shots.
It's very, very modern, isn't it? Very,
fabulous. Cruise time now.
I know, absolutely. Oh, wow, look at that. We're back cruising already. I mean, I could talk for Bali forever, couldn't I?
I know, you could.
Now we're on the Norwegian Sun for 11 nights, this all-inclusive cruise. Now, all through this programme, this 30 minutes, we are talking about the Norwegian Sun. We've had such a good look at what she's got to offer, the gorgeous restaurants that you've got on board.
Yeah.
I mentioned before the 4 Seasons and 7 Seas. That's the main restaurant, but you've got the Garden Cafe that has a carvery as well. There's an outdoor buffet when you're on board, which I think is quite nice and quite unique for a cruise ship,
is
isn't
nice.
it?
I mean, like we were saying before, I mean, the Norwegian ships now are geared a lot more to what happens outside because, of course, you're in a more temperate climate. The last thing you want to do is kind of shut yourself back indoors to go and eat. So actually, a lot of the activities, some of the restaurants as well, offer that al fresco dining.
I love it.
Because, of course, naturally, you will want to gravitate out to the activities that are up on deck, being in the pools or just being outside.
Especially us Brits, we love it. We love to get
the
minute the temperature goes above 15 degrees, there we are in our shorts.
Absolutely. Straight out, come on, sun's out, we're
well, all
out.
the Aussies will be just wrapped up in coats thinking that you're nuts, but you know, that's what it's all about.
Talking of dining as you were before, just because you have got some specialty dining included here, you've got Le Bistro French, you've got Los Lobos Cantina, which is Mexican.
Yum.
You've got Cagney's Steakhouse, you've got La Cucina, which is Italian, you've got sushi, which is brilliant, Japanese of course, and teppanyaki as well. So you've got a massive choice of specialty dining. As you say, the included restaurants, they're absolutely top notch. So if you only visited those all the way through your cruise, 1, they're included, and 2, they're absolutely spectacular.
So cruising out of Bali at Benoa, arriving in Lembang, which is the port for Lombok, of course, in Indonesia. Now, you can do a really cool trek there into the wilderness and go and see those epic waterfalls. You're seeing them on screen there, but it's not quite the same as seeing them IRL in real life. They are just epic. Next, it's Selakumbawang. Now, you've got a colonial Dutch influence here, contrasting with the island's age-old stone temples. So can you envisage what that's like? Quite beautiful. Immerse yourself in the wilderness while you're there. Your next port is Semarang, Java. Now, you've got the mosque and the Borobudur temple, which are the main attractions worth visiting, as well as the old town as well. Very, very beautiful, very ornate. You're going to love it. Now it's Malaysia. Wow, you're going to some incredible places. Malacca. Now at its centre, you've got Jonker Street, Chinatown's main thoroughfare, known for its antique shops. There's markets nearby as well, and an incredible temple to visit. The port next for Kuala Lumpur, Port Kelang. Now, a real diverse capital here of Malaysia. You've got colonial, Islamic, modern architecture as well. Go and see the incredible Petronas Towers while you're there. Wow. Just lots to do. A day at sea, arriving in Phu Mai, which is the port for Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. Now you've got a rich heritage of Saigon and the Mekong Delta. I merged those into one. Go and take a ride on a cycle rickshaw while you're there and see all the incredible markets. Staying in Vietnam is Nha Trang next, which is on a gorgeous picturesque bay. Now, it's known for its sandy beaches, and it's got one of the longest cable cars in the world. It's 2 miles long, and once you get to the top, you will see amazing views all over the bay. A day at sea, you'll then cruise into Singapore, where you'll disembark the ship and fly back to the UK, or maybe you want to talk to us about having a little stay in Singapore at the end of your cruise. Why not do that while you're there?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've never been to Singapore, join the crowd. Go and have a little look, and you can spend a couple of nights in a hotel, but do that through us as well. Make it part of your package, because the great thing about, of course, us being ABTA bonded and ATOL protected is if you make your adjustments to the trip as part of your booking, then the whole amount that you spend is protected as one, which is really, really good. I'm going to sound like my age now in this day and age. It's true though, isn't it? You want as many securities as you possibly can. Remember, with us as well, you don't pay a booking fee, which is really good. And your money being protected, you're not paying a premium for that. It's not like an extra insurance to have the whole of your holiday money protected. That's what that ATOL and ABTA bonding is all about, which is good. Anyway, I've got to crack on because we're going to run out of time. So this is March in 2025. Again, low deposit on this one. 18 nights all told. Included in the price I'm about to give you, your flights to Bali and back from Singapore, the 5-night stay in Bali, which is room only, so you can just, do with that as you want to. Then your 11-night cruise on Norwegian Sun, cruising Indonesia, Malaysia and Vietnam. Premium drinks included, shore excursion credit included, a night of speciality dining for both of you, by the way, it's not just one or the other, and a Wi-Fi package included. Your deposit today, £199 each. Your price tag is the lowest we've seen in the show so far, I do believe. Check this out. 2,699 per person. Deposit today of just £199 each. If you want to have a look at the full itinerary, remember, if you pop NCL 255, is that? My eyesight these days. NCL 255, pop that into our website right now. And you'll get all the full details and the full itinerary, and much more detail than we can go into in just a few moments. Here's your upgrade prices as well to go to Ocean View or Balcony. Honestly, I think I need an MOT, Polly. I do. You were talking about that earlier, weren't you?
I was talking about reading glasses before.
Polly's coming up to a reading glasses prescription. I'm absolutely there completely.
You're falling apart the seams. Anyway, we'll still be here day and night. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere.
We'll make it. We just need the text to be bigger on absolutely everything. We'll be fine. Or we need one of those big, those big magnifying screens that you can put in front of the TV. We need some of those. Anyway, that's another channel, I'm sure. You've got your solo price on screen as well. If you want to talk to the team about tailoring that package, as we talked about before, maybe you want to spend longer in Bali. I get the feeling. Have you ever been to Bali, Polly?
No, can't you tell?
I get the feeling that 5 nights might not be enough for your first trip. Because there are so many different things to do there. I think we saw through the itinerary, because a couple of the ports were in the Bali area as well. Things like going to temples and the monkey forest in Ubud and things like that. Things that you email in all the time and tell us about your experiences of. So thank you for that. If you've been to these places, by the way, and you think, well, I've been to this place and they never say that you should go here, email in and tell us, honestly.
Please do.
Come and find us on social media or drop us an email. studio@cruise1st.tv, and just let us know. I mean, if you've been to Malacca in Malaysia and there's an absolutely brilliant coffee shop, or they do wonderful bananas dipped in something fantastic, then tell us about it.
So we can share the news.
Yes.
We like that. We like that first-hand experience.
You'll hear about it on the channel for years afterwards as well, and you'll get the credit, which is brilliant. If you missed any of the show, don't forget all of our shows are on our YouTube channel. We're live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube as well, in glorious, wrinkle-enhancing HD as well. So just go and find us on YouTube, and if ever in the middle of the night you're thinking there's nothing on the telly, we'll still be here.
And book a holiday. It's the thing to do.
Best time to do it,
You won't regret it. Thank you so much. Stay right there. We'll be back in a moment with more cruises.
See you later.